All right, so there are two specific types of logarithms that you will encounter, and the only difference between the two are the base. All right, so these types of logarithms have a specific base. All right, so the common logarithm, which uses the log log, right? So it's just log without a base shown, is the common logarithm, and it has a base of 10. Okay, so if you see log without a base specified, you have to assume that the base is 10. Okay, the natural log is just has a base of e. Okay, so e is Euler's constant, and you've probably had that before. You probably studied exponential equations in 108. You probably ran into Euler's constant. But the natural logarithm has a base of e, and it's typically written as ln, okay, for natural log. Okay, so but other than that, they work exactly the same as just the general logarithm where the base is specified. Okay, so the only thing different really is just the base isn't specified. If you see log without a base, it just means base 10 log, which is a common log, or if you see ln, it's the natural log, which has a base of e. All right, so let's take a look at some examples. Now, these examples are very much like the ones we just did, examples 1 through 4, except that now we're working with log common log or ln natural log. So we have to just recognize what the base is. All right, so let's look at example 5. It says the log of 0.1 is equal to minus 1. Okay, so we see log without a base, which tells us that the base is 10. And the exponent, right, the result of the log is an exponent. So the exponent, if we're going to write this in exponential form, the exponent is minus 1. And what this is saying is that what is the log, what the log of 0.1 is asking is what is the exponent on 10 that gives you 0.1, okay? And it's telling us that that exponent is negative 1. So the result here is 0.1. All right? All right, so take a look at the next one and give you a chance to try one. You can pause the video or keep going and watch me go through it. All right. Okay, so again, now here we have the natural log, right? So the natural log has a base of e. What's the exponent? It's this 0.4055, right? It's what you get when you take the log of a number. You get the exponent. The log is the exponent. All right, and the result is 1.5. Okay. So let's take a look at going the other way. Here we're given exponential functions and we're asked to write them in logarithmic form. All right, so this looks a little different though. All right, you know, we want to use either a base 10 log or which is the common log, or a natural log. I don't see any e's, so I assume that we have to do a common log. But we had to rewrite these in terms of powers of 10 in order to write this in as a common log. So let's rewrite this. We have 100 is 10 squared, right? So I'll write it that way. So it's 10 squared squared is equal to 10,000. All right, we'll just leave that. I could write it as 10 to the 4th if I wanted to, but I'm just gonna write it as I'll just write it as 10,000. Okay, because I see the exponent here, which I probably want that to be the base, but it's not a 10. So we got to make it into a 10, right? So this is saying 10 to the 4th is equal to 10,000. Okay, we know that's true. But now how do we write that in logarithmic form? All right, we're going to use the base 10 log. So I'm just going to write log with no base specified, and that just means base 10 log. Now the result of the log is the exponent, so the exponent is 4, right? Now that I have it written as an exponent on 10, right? So the result is 4, and I'm taking the log of 10,000. Okay, so the log of 10,000 is 4. So that's just saying that the exponent on 10 that gives you 10,000 is 4. All right. There's another one for you to try. You can pause the video, give it a try, and then come back and I'll go through it. All right, so we're going to rewrite this one. This one has an e, right? So probably the base here is e, so we want to write it as a natural log. So natural log. I usually write it in cursive. Actually, I also usually write log in cursive as well, just because sometimes L looks a lot like a 1, and so sometimes it's better to write a cursive L. Okay, so the natural log has a base of e. The result of the logarithm is the exponent, so that's 2. And so if I raise e to the second power, I get 7.3891. Okay, so the natural log of 7.3891 is 2. So that's all there is to it. And you are ready to work on the discussion questions, so I'll see you in class.